Hi, this is David Dusek, senior writer with Golfweek magazine. Welcome to this week's edition of Ask the Expert, the place where you get to ask me anything you like about golf equipment and what the guys are using out on the PGA Tour. I got a pretty interesting letter from a reader in La Quinta, California that I thought I would share with you. It's from Dick Robinson, and he writes, David, I have a question regarding counterbalancing on non-putter clubs. A lot has been made of the fact that Jack Nicklaus and Sergio Garcia use counterbalance clubs. Marco Dawson won last week using them as well. It seems to me that counterbalancing would raise the total weight of the club while reducing the swing weight. Is this just a feeling, or is there some physics involved? If it is physics, I don't understand. Why would counterbalancing make a club easier to hit? Well, Dick, it's a pretty astute question, and there's a little bit of a background that I want to give you before I get to the answer. Counterbalancing, as you alluded to, is the adding of weight underneath the handle of a golf club, and there's some grips that are out there now that will allow you to do this really easily. Back in Jack Nicklaus's day, they would have, before they put the grip on the shaft of his clubs, they would have put a little bit of weight into the top of the shaft itself and then slid the grip over the top of that. But really what's happening is golf club manufacturers, especially driver makers, are going with slightly heavier and heavier heads. That's making the swing weights go a lot further down. You're getting heavier swing weights if you don't do something maybe to make the adjustment. And the weight is really coming from the addition of movable weights, adjustable hosel systems, other different mechanisms that they're doing. There are a lot of lightweight driver heads out there, but on average, especially on the PGA Tour, which is really what you're speaking to, guys are going with heads that are slightly heavier and heavier. By adding a little bit of weight up at the top, as Garcia does, as a couple other players did, as Jack Nicklaus did back in his day, you're moving the balance point back up towards the hands, and that's going to help to offset maybe some of the additional weight that's being put into the head itself. The other thing that some players are doing right now is that by adding a little bit more weight into the handle here, and by moving that balance point up, that allows them to add, if they want, a little bit of weight to the head itself and keep the same swing weight that they really like. Why would you really want to go through all that trouble? Because if you add more weight to the head and you don't affect the swing weight, the club theoretically should be able to swing just like your old one, but you're going to be having more mass going into the shot behind the ball. And as your physics teacher back in high school would have taught you, when you've got two objects that are hitting something, the heavier object is going to deliver more energy, more force is going to go into the golf ball with the heavier golf club than with the lighter golf club. Now, what does this mean for you at home? You should really go and talk to a custom fitter out there and see if you get the best results swinging a lighter club faster or a slightly heavier club, maybe a little bit slower, but putting more mass behind the ball to get more energy out there. The only way that you're going to find out is if you go with a custom club fitter, listen to them, get yourself on a launch monitor, and find out what works specifically for you. If you've got a question you'd like to ask me, the expert, please feel free to email me at ddusek@golfweek.com, or you can send me a message on Twitter at @golfweek_Dusek. Thanks a lot, and I look forward to seeing you soon.